strapped on the front rack right now. Couple minutes, we'll be coming up on what I call a steep hill. In the winter, it's usually what stops any of my bikes from getting in. Some of these little ones are a pain in my backside, but this one really sucks during the trip in. We can't keep the trail cut during the snowfalls, and it just builds up and it will stop pretty much any bike. Have a lot of work to do on the trail this coming year because I'm going back and forth through it. Got to adapt it to the much bigger, like physical size, bigger bike. This is steep hill. This is what stops all the little bikes. It don't seem like much to anyone that's an experienced rider, but like if wants to go out hunting and into the big pits and stuff like that, or hill climbing, especially hill climbing, obviously. When you can't afford to just go take your bike in and spend a few $1,000s, that hill can be quite the deterrent. Tiny tank handles are pretty good. So Tiny's been a good bike so far. Bike handles amazing. In fact, it's got multi-mode power steering. It's been a big bonus to this thing. I just keep it on max. Got an electronic braking system, an engine brake system. Wasn't so sure about the tires that are on her right now, but that came on it. But they seem to be pretty damn nice, actually. They grab traction on almost anything. Even like wet rock, ice, everything. get it out and get it back. Luckily, I learned from other people's mistakes as well as my own. Another one of them hang-ups that's got to come down soon. A bunch of these I think I'll cut up, load the trailer, and haul back to firewood. Then flatten and go to waste. And Charlotte and her dog Freya, and of course little Buster Beagle, they're in at the cabin right now waiting for me to get back. Girls are all going home today. So I got one more trip out to do after this. Hand is cramping up a little bit. Nice spot right here. Oh. Yeah, this thing is definitely amazing for my trail. Hopefully it'll come in awful handy when I get her all cleaned up this year and this spring, and gonna have to widen a few spots, but get a bigger bike. So far everything's been pretty awesome. That spot needs to be filled. cruising speed for this bike seems to be quite a bit quicker than the Kodiak was, and the Polaris. Definitely a lot quicker than Little Red. Try and get more cleanup done here in the sugar bush too. Almost up around the bend here, we'll be getting to the sugar shack. The last little stretch up, couple minutes stretch up to the cabin. Final stretch. Well, the dogs both know for a fact I'm coming. Guaranteed they heard that little throttle kick there. Joining me for the ride, everyone. Get it out of the... Hi, Freya. This is my little coyote. She says she's a husky. I don't believe her. I think she's a coyote. Yeah, you're a little coyote, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, like I said, thanks a lot for joining me for the ride, everyone. And looks like Harley's got the stove going in there. So I'm going to go have a nice hot coffee. Everyone have a great day. We'll talk to you all soon.